So let's see. I think that I'm recording now. I went through this whole video about 20 minutes ago thinking that I was live and I wasn't. But determined, because this lesson is all about starting where you are and not seeking perfection, I decided that before I go to bed that I was getting this lesson out. And this entrepreneur lesson comes from my business weight loss book. This is my very own book that I published about 2 years ago. And it comes from a section that talks about, in a sense, breaking rules. It's a book for entrepreneurs that are either getting started, want to start, or entrepreneurs that have been in business for a little bit of time and they've hit a plateau. They've kind of plateaued out. They're not really seeing any growth. They're just kind of, stagnant. And this lesson is all about creating a plan and getting started. And the way that the book is laid out, it's intended to be a workbook. And it starts out with a quote. Then I break down the quote into layman's terms or how it applies to business. And then I use a keyword to give you some encouragement and tips on how to, just kind of encourage that thing to move it forward. So I will jump right into it. It says, a good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. That is a quote by George Patton. You may have heard other quotes that are similar. 70% done is better than 100% complete. And what all that means is that you just need to get started. Don't try to perfect it. Don't try to get all the things in place before you get started, because you can always change and perfect things as you go. It says, recognize that your skills, your resources, your cash, your time, your dream, your idea is sufficient enough for you to get started right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. We've got less than 90 days left in the year. And I want to encourage you to get started. I understand what it's like to procrastinate, to try to get something to perfection. And maybe you're not the perfectionist procrastinator like I am. You're another perfectionist, a procrastinator type or style. You have another style. I happen to be one that's perfection. Everything just has to be so. Everything has to already be in order. So I get it. I've been there. And so oftentimes I have to pick up this book and take my own advice and be reminded that I have everything that I need right now in order to get started. I don't need anything else, except you'll hear later what that is. There isn't any such thing as perfection in this world. So what I'm striving for, and if you happen to be the procrastinator style of perfectionist, we're striving for something that doesn't exist, because there's no such thing as perfection. So if we always wait until the perfect time to have the perfect plan, eventually our time will run out, and what impact will we have made? Will we have gotten our dreams, our ideas out? Will we have helped the people that we wanted to help? Or were we waiting for that perfect time, or we were waiting for all the things to be in place? So the key word in this lesson is today. It's about starting today. It says the T is for trusting yourself. When we look for outside validation, we're looking for other things to line up. what we're really saying is, I'm not exactly sure if I can trust what I already know is in my heart, what I already know that I've studied for. I've gone through the lesson. Maybe you've experienced it like I have, and you've worked through it before. Maybe you have taken the courses, gotten the certifications, whatever it is. You don't trust that all of that is enough. Today, I encourage you to trust yourself. Get started today, or maybe tomorrow, because it's so late. But if there's anything that you can do tonight in order to get started, I would encourage you to do that. Do that one thing. Open your mind. Open your mind to the possibilities that are abundant. There is no one way to get it done. So even though you may be seeking validation or advice or confirmation from somebody, it doesn't mean that their way is the only way or the right way. It just means that that's their suggested way that maybe worked for them. Open your mind to the possibility that that way is not the only way, and get started with what you know to be the thing that you can move forward. Dedicate a portion of your day to getting that thing done, taking action on your goals. Maybe you got a list of 25 things that you need to do. Break those down into smaller steps, smaller increments, and do something every day. Plan around the days that you know that you want to be off or that you have something else. But be committed to doing one thing every day until you get the thing done. From now until the end of the year, however many days that is, you can get a lot of things done, but you've got to create a plan in order to make it happen. Allow yourself to be imperfectly imperfect. I'm sorry, to be perfectly imperfect. I already said that nobody is perfect. There's no perfection. Perfection doesn't exist. So we're striving for something that doesn't even exist. Allow yourself to be perfectly imperfect. And it's okay, knowing that if you make a mistake, learn from it and keep moving. Learn from what not to do. I'm sure you've heard the statistic or the quote that Thomas Edison learned 10,000 ways how not or what not to do to create the light bulb. So each mistake is a lesson learned on either what not to do or what to do better. So allow yourself to be perfectly imperfect and know that it's okay. You do need a plan, just not a perfect one. So a plan is extremely, extremely important. It's as if you get in your car and you're planning to go somewhere that maybe you haven't been before. And you get in your car, and if you sit there because you don't know where you're going, then you'll go nowhere. You'll just sit there with your car turned on, not really knowing where you're going, so you just don't go anywhere. Or you can try to figure out how to get there, and maybe it might take you a little longer because you don't have the exact directions. I kind of know where I'm going, but not really. So you might drive around making, little turns and winding up in places that are even more unfamiliar. Or you can get out a GPS system, your Google Maps, Waze, or whatever other directional service that you use, and it will take you turn by turn to get you there. That's a plan. That's like what a plan does. You can try to go willy-nilly and, do it just haphazardly. It may take you longer to get there to your end result, but eventually you'll get there. Or you can just do nothing and you'll wind up in the exact same place that you are right now at the end of the year. Or you can create a plan to actually get those things done. So I would encourage you to choose one thing that you want to accomplish between now and the end of the year. Make a plan. Do one thing, at least one thing every day that's going to get you there. And at the end of the year, measure your results. Maybe you'll get the thing done. That is the ideal situation. Or maybe you will just be much closer than you are if you did nothing. But either way, you're still winning. Either way, you're setting yourself up to be where you want to be. Either way, you are making a good plan so that you can continue through and have the things that you want to have. Make the impact that you want to make in the lives of others. So I am glad that I was able to get this lesson out to you, calling it like night school. So maybe somewhere in the world someone's watching it as day school. But for me, on the East Coast in America, I am in night school. And it's really late, but I wanted to be sure to get this lesson out. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. And if you are interested in having someone to help you to lay out that plan, then head over to my website and complete the Contact Us page. If you want to just be on our email list, so you will know when all the good things are coming up, because we are working on some really good things that will be coming up very, very shortly. If you don't want to miss those, head over to KarenBugs.com and join the email list. So you can pop things in the comments. I will come back on a live and answer those. You can fill out the Contact Us form if you have a specific question about how to, get your plan created through the end of the year. Or you can join our email list to be in the know when all of the goodies come out. I am so happy that I was able to get through this live. I am sleepy, so I am going to head to bed, and I will see you in the morning for the morning motivation. I will talk to you soon.